Okay, guys, I'm apologizing for background noise today. This is the only day that I have to film, and it's the only day that they are cutting down trees literally right in my backyard, like over the fence of my backyard. I've been waiting all morning to see if maybe they would be done, and they're not. So I'm starting to run out of time, and I have to film today. So I apologize if there is that happening in the background. I'm going to try to filter it out as much as I can. I can do a little bit in my editing, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of it. So if you hear it, I'm sorry. If it starts to get way too loud, I'll take a break. But like the one day I'm filming. Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I am going to share with you all of the books that are being released in the spring that I am anticipating. So these books are coming out in the months of April, May, and June, and this is obviously no means every book that's being released. These are just the ones that I am excited for. So I have read books by some of these authors, or I just really like the synopsis of them. They're really intriguing to me, and I'm excited to pick them up and give them a try. So these are the ones that really stood out to me, and we will go in publication order. First one is coming out on April 5th, and this is Fool Me Once by Ashley Winstead. She wrote In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which I absolutely loved last year. That was one of my favorite books of last year. I just loved it. And that was a like mystery thriller. This one is a contemporary, so a little bit different for her, which is exciting. And yeah, so I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. This one we're following our main character, Lee, and Lee is working in the electric car industry, and she's really good at her job, and she's just one of those like really, kick butt female people working in this industry. And at night, she has a completely different persona called Stoner, where she is very reckless. She goes out, she drinks men under the table, and she is promiscuous without apology and never really lets anyone get too close for her because her past relationships have all been awful. So she doesn't want to be in a relationship. She just wants to get what she needs and then be done. However, all of that's going to change when a man from her past, who she dated in grad school, shows up and ends up being someone who needs to work alongside her. And all those old feelings start coming along. And so she's starting to second guess maybe she actually does want to be in a relationship, and maybe this is the guy she wants to be in it with. And I think there's some politics that start happening in here as well, because I believe the Ben, who is her old flame, works for a politician in the state of Texas. So things start getting a little bit political as far as that goes. And so she's working alongside him to do some things, and I think some feelings start sparking back up. So I'm excited to see what Ashley Winstead is going to do with a contemporary romance. And yeah, so I am very excited for this one. The next one also comes out on April 5th, and these are the only two in April, so they both come out on the same day. But that is Hotel Magnifique, and this is by Emily J. Taylor. Okay, this one has my name written all over it. This is a young adult fantasy book, and it follows a young girl. She's 17. She is living with her sister, and she is basically her sister's caretaker. She is in charge of making sure her sister can survive. And there is this hotel called the Hotel Magnifique, and this hotel is known for its enchantments, and it also pops up in a different place every morning. So it's actually a traveling hotel. So we are obviously getting into like the magic here. And it's supposed to be like very exclusive. You have to pay a lot of money to get in and all these things. And our main character has always wanted to stay in this hotel, but she can't afford it. But she can apply for a job in this hotel. So she and her sister apply for jobs in this hotel. I believe they get hired, and they end up being able to be in this hotel. And it's what they've always dreamed of. And it's, just completely enchanting, and just they're amazed by everything. But the longer they are there, the more they're realizing that it's not everything is as it seems, and that there are contracts that can't be broken no matter how badly you want to get out of them, and that a lot of the magic and a lot of the things that are happening are actually very dangerous. If this does not have my name on it, I don't know what does. So, I'm so excited. And that cover, beautiful. Book Lovers. I don't even know what Book Lovers is about. I just know I want to read it. Okay, now we're getting into May. So coming out on May 3rd is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This is an auto-buy-author for me. I will buy any contemporary book that she writes because I have loved her previous two, which were Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation. Loved both of those. And this one I'm super excited for as well. Okay, so in this book, we are following Nora. Nora is a literary agent, and she is known for being very cutthroat. She's also very stressed. So she takes her job very seriously, and her younger sister notices that she just needs a vacation. So she decides to talk her into going into the mountains in North Carolina to just get away from everything and just kind of relax and, loosen up a little bit. That's hard for Nora to do, though, because she keeps running into Charlie. And Charlie is an editor that she knows. And the funny thing is in the synopsis, it says, this would be a meet cute. However, every time they meet, it's never cute. So that made me laugh. So it sounds like they just don't have a great, every time they meet, like it's never good. And so it just sounds like a lot of fun. It's giving me big beach read vibes, which is what I'm really hoping because I loved beach reads so much. And I just really hope that's what, it just kind of gives me those same feelings while also standing on its own, obviously. So yeah, I'm super excited for this one. The next one, also coming out on May 3rd, is I Kissed Shira Wheeler, and this is by Casey McQuiston. I have read one book by them so far and definitely want to read more. I do have Red, White, and Royal Blue on my shelves. I haven't read it yet, but I really, really want to, and then this new one I also want to read. So this one is a young adult book, and I believe their other two books are adult, so this is going to be their first young adult novel, so that'll be interesting. And this one follows Chloe, who is in high school, and she is trying to be valedictorian. She has spent the last 4 years of her high school just kind of dodging all sorts of things. She's having a hard time, but valedictorian is giving her focus and giving her something to strive for, so that's what she wants more than anything. Her only competition is Shira Wheeler, who is the daughter of the principal, and she's kind of the chosen one, the golden girl, if you will, and she's the only thing standing in Chloe's way. However, one day, Shira kisses Chloe, and then she completely disappears, off the face of the map. No one knows where she is, and Chloe is determined to find her because she wants to beat her fair and square. However, she ends up needing to team up with Shira's quarterback boyfriend and her neighbor next door, whose name is Rory, and Rory has had a crush on Shira for a long time. So she ends up teaming up with these two guys to try to find her. And the only thing that they have in common is Shira. So it sounds interesting. It sounds like it's going to be kind of, I don't want to say scavenger hunt, but I think that Shira is leaving clues along the way as well. So I think there's a whole purpose behind her, obviously disappearing. I think maybe she did that on purpose. And so she's leading them to something. So I'm really interested to see how this is going to go and see how Casey McQuiston writes a young adult novel versus an adult novel. Also on May 3rd, this is another big day, is a middle grade book actually, and it's The Marvelers, and this is by Danielle Clayton. This is going to be her first middle grade book. She has written young adult for sure. I don't know if she's written any adult books or not, but this is her middle grade debut, and it's a fantasy. This book follows 11-year-old Ella, and she is entering her first year at the Arcanum Training Institute. This is a magical school in the sky. Buzzwords, guys. And she is a conjurer, which is seemed to be unnatural to a lot of people. So she doesn't have very many fans. A lot of people are very wary of her. They don't really trust her because of her magical abilities. So she's definitely out to prove a point that she is okay. And she starts making some friends and, really just trying to keep her head down and to make sure she can stay at the school because this is what she wants to do. However, her favorite teacher has gone away on a mission and not come back, so she's very concerned about that. And then a prisoner escapes as well with the help of a conjurer. So again, people are looking at her funny, but so she's trying to help with all the stuff that's happening. So middle grade fantasy, I love those so much. Magical schools, love them so much. And I definitely want to read this one. The next one comes out May 17th, and that is Something Wilder. And this is by Christina Lauren. So in this one, we are following Lily, and Lily's father has passed away. However, he was a treasure hunter by trade, which left not a whole lot for Lily after his passing. And so she decides that she is going to use his resources to her advantage. She is going to be a tour guide for tourists that come in through the Utah canyons. And however, it's all fake. So she's leading them on these fake tours. And she is using her father's maps to kind of help guide that. So Lily is getting ready to take her next group out. However, when a big group of guys shows up, she realizes one of them is Leo, which is someone that she dated. And Leo has always viewed Lily as the one who got away, his one true love. And so he starts trying to win her back, but she wants nothing to do with it. And as they are on this trip, some things start going horribly wrong. And then Lily starts realizing maybe these maps are not fake. And so I'm sure chaos is going to ensue. And I really hope that it's funny. And yeah, I'm excited about it. The next one comes out May 24th, and this is Hide by Kirsten White. I have read one book by Kirsten White so far, and I have a trilogy on my shelves that I haven't read yet. And the one that I read was fine. And I haven't read the trilogy yet, like I said. So she's not an author that I'm 100% sold on quite yet, but this one definitely sounds interesting. It might be one that I just grabbed from the library, honestly, and to give it a try first versus buying it. But I'm definitely excited to pick it up when I can get my hands on it. And this one is a short book, actually. It's under 300 pages. And it follows a girl named Mac. Mac enters this competition that is set in an abandoned amusement park. Hello, buzzword. Rules are simple. All you have to do is hide and stay alive, and the winner will be rewarded with a lot of money, apparently, that she could definitely use. She is used to hiding and keeping to herself and staying out of the spotlight, so she believes that she has this in the bag. However, people start getting picked off, and so she is kind of realizing, I don't think they're just finding people, I think they're actually killing people, and that she might need to band together with the other people in the competition in order to survive, literally. And yeah, so I'm very intrigued by this one. Very intrigued. Okay, the next one comes out May 31st. This is Rivals by Catherine McGee. This is book number 3 in the American Royals trilogy. I won't give a synopsis of this one because spoilers, but it is definitely still following our 3 siblings in the royal family. So Beatrice, Jefferson, and Samantha, and kind of where they are in their stories and their relationships and things that are going to start happening. So I'm excited for it. I really love the first 2, and I'm excited to see how it ends. Okay, coming out on June 7th is The Woman in the Library. This is by Sulari Gentile. Okay, I do not know what any of the characters' names are because they are not in the synopsis, but this follows a reading room that is in the Boston Public Library, and everything is going along as normal until everyone in the library hears a woman letting out a terrified scream somewhere in the library. And so the security instructs everyone to stay put until they can figure out who was screaming, what's happening, make sure it's safe. So everyone has to stay where they are. And there is a group of 4 people sitting at a table, so they are stuck there with each other. And I believe they are there for a long while. And in order to pass the time, they start talking and getting to know each other. And it turns out that one of them at the table is a murderer. So, interesting. I'm really excited about this one. The next one comes out on June 14th, and that is The Beach Trap, and this is by Allie Brady. So this book follows Kat and Blake. They are childhood best friends. They meet at a summer camp, and they become instant friends, and they are friends over the years. However, One time they find out that there's been some family secrets happening, and they are actually half sisters and they didn't know about it. And so that completely changes their relationship, and it almost crumbles it because a lot of secrets start coming out, things that were kept from each other, and they just have a complete falling out. Years later, their father has passed away, and he has left them the beach house that was in their family for years, and it's located in Destin, Florida. So now they are in charge of deciding what to do with this beach house. It's definitely dilapidated, so they are definitely needing to fix it up in order to sell it. One of them wants to sell it, the other one doesn't, so they fight about that, and then they start on their renovations and they fight about those. They each get into a summer romance definitely along the way, and they're also just trying to work on their relationship at the same time with each other. So the one thing that really drew me to this, number one, I do like the premise, and number two, it's set in Destin, Florida, which is where I'm from in Florida. I'm from that area. Like, my hometown is right across the bridge from Destin, so like that is home to me. So I would love to read a book set there. And the last one that comes out June 21st is Riley Sager's new book, The House Across the Lake. This one follows a woman named Casey. She is an actress. She is also recently widowed and getting some bad press. So she takes the opportunity to retreat to a lake house in Vermont and just kind of get away from everything, get some peace and quiet, mourn the death of her spouse. So she's doing that. While she's there, she's kind of bored. So she finds a pair of binoculars and some liquor, and she starts watching the house across the lake from her. And living in this house is a married couple. The man is very rich, and the woman is a model. So apparently it's very interesting to watch these two together. And it's one of those things where, you know, you're seeing things, but you don't really know what's being said or what's being insinuated or anything like that. So she thinks they're just leaving like this glamorous life. However, the woman goes swimming in the lake one day, and Casey ends up saving her because she starts drowning. So Casey saves her. They strike up a friendship from there. And the more that this woman is talking to her and starts revealing things, and the more that Casey starts seeing through her binoculars, she's realizing that maybe not everything's perfect. And then one day this woman goes missing. So kind of Girl on the Train vibes, I would say. Definitely. But maybe, yeah, I don't know. So I'm really interested in this. I really do like Riley Sager's books, so I'm excited for a new one from him. Okay, so that is it. Hopefully I made it through without too much background noise again. I'm sorry. But I'm so excited for all of these releases. Let me know down below what's coming out in the spring that you guys are excited about. Are you excited about any of these? And yeah, so we will see how many I can get to. But good releases coming out. Okay, hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.